Hello, Ford, your Africa's #1 YouTube channel. Welcome to the studio. Today, I'm bringing you an update. Bang, bang, bang. People have been asking ever since the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won power because we know that, Papa J, why is it that after you have won power, you have not changed the IGP, Inspector General of Police?
Na IGP dabena ombesisano dada omusisano.
People are asking. Now, before we go into that details, look, what I'm about to reveal to you is shocking, and I need your opinions and your views. Stay behind. But moving further, the one that has actually pushed me is that the removal of the IGP has actually Professor and then Kwesi and Iman Africa has actually filed an injunction to the High Court to block the president, the chief in command of the Ghana Armed Forces. In case you don't know, the president is also the chief in command for the Ghana Armed Forces. He's the overall, the Ogboro of the land. To block him from changing the IGP or from the removal of IGP. Anyways, I want to say congratulations to COP Tetteh Yohunu, who has actually been appointed to be the new IGP. And currently, there is like this situation has become like a sea, a storming. Should the IGP go? Should the new IGP come in? But you'll be shocked to know most of you only address the current and soon to be former IGP, Dampare. We all call him Dampare. But some of you don't know he's actually Akufo. George Dampare Akufo. Some of you don't know that is his name. Could it be that he's also a cousin, a niece, or a father, sister's brother, son of the former president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa, aka Jack Toronto? Could it be? This man, I mean, for me, I want to say that. Look at how Bawumia came out. Bawumia just came out the following day to say that, hey, President John Dramani Mahama, we had to see the election. You have won. So even when the EC has not collected all the results and declared the winner of the December 2024 election, he came out because the results are clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have conceded defeat like any consummate Democrat would do.
So by now, I should understand and know that Dampare should know that definitely new administration, new workers in power. This one, don't even stress it. I mean, I don't know why they are stressing it. This is my personal opinion regarding the information I have as the history pattern of Ghana is. Any new president that comes changes the IGP, work with certain key people in office. For me, I want to say that even if there's a saying that there is benefit of interest, yes, definitely there'll be a benefit of interest. Who doesn't work to eat? Who doesn't work to gain profit? So people have who they love to work with. So this one, you have compromised the system for a very long time. So even if it's not the right thing, it has now become the norm of the time. So when someone is trying to do the right thing, it looks like wrong. This is where it boils down to changing and looking and reforming and reshaping the constitution that governs this country as a democratic state. Not to talk so much, let's go into the details. But do not forget to hit that bell notification icon on your screens and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel and help us to build a beautiful community that whenever we post a video, you'll be the #1 person. Do not forget, share your opinions under the comment section. Do not attack here. We bring meaning and understanding to the things we need to know. And so the injunction stated clearly that there should be a misconduct before the president will terminate the appointment of any IGP, which means if there are no misconduct. But for me, in this case, intelligence-wise, I think that when you put people in a position for a very long time, even when there are shady things, because they are the people who makes the law, they are people who rules that jurisdiction, and they are not accountable to anybody. they cannot be what? Audited, and they cannot be revealed for people to know. But some comments are saying that Dampare has orchestrated or has done a lot of misconduct and all that. He's a man that personally I love. When he came new, Dampare everywhere, he has become like a celebrity IGP. And for sure, I like him. I like his style of approach. Ghana police have taken a form and have shaped. And I see police on action. But the only thing I didn't see the police on action on is that still they collect Charlie. And they just walk on Charlie. If my police friend they watch Charlie, don't bother me, I beg you. So the injunction is saying that this gentleman has not actually conduct any misconduct. So why should the president change him? But it boils down to this: who the president is okay with working with. And do not forget, the president John Dramani Mahama also have people that he trusts, because these are security matters, not only for Ghana, but he's going to be working along with the government and with a new political party in power. But this is the big question: is that how it has been since the history of Ghana? Why is it now that there has been an injunction signed to court, a court injunction that it shouldn't be changed?
Imani Africa and security analyst Professor Husseinin have jointly filed an injunction at the Supreme Court to prevent President John Dramani Mahama from dismissing the IGP, Dr. George Dampare, and other heads of security services prior to this. The injunction challenges the president's authority to terminate the appointments of key public officers without established misconduct. Imani Africa and Professor Inin argue that the removal of the IGP and other heads of uniformed security services should only occur in cases of proven misconduct or misbehavior.
Well, let's go to watch a news from Channel One TV talking to Peter of Wild West, the member of parliament, Peter Lanchihini Tobu. I don't know if I've mentioned the name rightly. He says certain things that I find very clarable. That's a clarable.
I never spelled it.
Credible. Oh, is that how you mention? Credible. Credible. Don't forget, Akrobotu is my teacher.
God have mercy upon us.
Let's watch his thought, his views and opinion, and what he has said about changing the IGP and how it has been. And he has also talked about the history pattern of how Ghana's IGP system is formed whenever there is a new president. And for me, I find it very educative. You need to listen. Let's watch.
So I want to first pick your thoughts on what you make first of the dismissal of Dr. George Dampare and the replacement, the person who is replacing him. Your thoughts on COP Tetteh Yohunu?
Thank you very much. Let me first of all appreciate His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for a wonderful job done. In the Fourth Republic, Dr. George Dampare remains the longest serving IGP after the taking over of a new government. Let me just run you through the history. In fact, let me congratulate the new Inspector General of Police, COP Tetteh Yohunu, who is coming to the seat with over 40 years of policing experience. In the year 2001, 22nd of January, Peter Namfuri, who remains the best Inspector General of Police according to many in the Fourth Republic, was changed by President John Ajekum-Kufuor when there was change of power. That was in January 2001. A new IGP was appointed in the person of Owusu Poku. In January 2009, 28th January exactly, President Mills changed the IGP and brought in Elizabeth Mills Robertson. In the year 2017, in January, John Kudalo, IGP, was changed, and David Asante Pietu was brought in by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo as the new IGP. President John Dramani Mahama was sworn in on the 7th of January 2025. And January is gone, February is gone. Today is the 13th of March, and we are talking about change of IGP. I think that the Inspector General of Police has done his bit. He's come to play his role. It is time for him to go according to the president, because it is the president that appoints. I have heard people going to court to challenge or to injunct the president's what is action. Well, it is let's test the law. It is good. We are in a democracy. Let's test the law. But I'm sure that very soon, probably one day, when the bodyguard or the close protection officer of the Chief Justice is withdrawn, and any officer at all is sent to hell, if you accept it, that will be good news. We are talking about security. I'm not talking about the fact that the person is good or bad. And the security settings, even the IGP does something and the president decides, I'm not going to make it public, whether good or bad. But I think that you need to go and have a rest. Let me have some fresh hands to kind of steer the affairs of the security system. It's a broader agenda. There is nothing personal against the outgoing Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Dampare. I don't believe so. It is just what the president thinks he will do to ensure that the security sector is reset, the security sector is reformed, the security sector is transformed. It is a huge journey that he's beginning, and he's asking the IGP to go and rest. I don't see anything wrong. So we need to appreciate the president for allowing the IGP to stay on against all the conventions from 1992 up to date, from the 7th of January to the 13th of March today. And congratulate the new person who is coming on board with over 40 years of experience, Dr. George Dampare. Well done. Take a rest.
You earlier mentioned the Supreme Court injunction that was filed by Money Africa and Professor Ening. Now, they argue that the president cannot remove the IGP without proven misconduct. What do you make of this position? And is it legally and constitutionally sound?
Thank you very much. They are testing the law in the courts that the president cannot. It's been the president. It's been a convention from 1992 up to date. For the first time, somebody is in court testing the law, telling the president, by law, you cannot remove the IGP without proving misconduct. Let's wait until the court rules. But I'm just giving you a very clear example in security. The Chief Justice has a close protection officer in the person of a police officer. If tomorrow the president, who is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces and the chairman of the National Security Council, decides to withdraw the Chief Justice's bodyguard and replaces the Chief Justice's bodyguard with another bodyguard, who is also a police officer, without the consent of the Chief Justice, and telling the Chief Justice to have a bodyguard, and you'll be given a bodyguard, please keep quiet. I am quite sure the Chief Justice will tell you, this is about security. Let me have a choice to make as who I think can provide me the best of security. Let His Excellency the President have the choice to make as who can fit into his team in his vision to ensure that Ghanaians can have the peace of mind to sleep. That does not mean that the person who is going out of office is a bad officer. No, that is not the issue. The issue is that the president has a broader vision and is looking for people to fit into the agenda to help him drive the country to safety. And that is what he has taken. So let's allow the law, this is in court, let's allow the law to be tested. Let's allow the pronouncement to be made at the Supreme Court. But until that is done, the country is running successfully under His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama.
All right, Mr. Tobo, there's also the argument that the president's power to remove the IGP undermines the independence of the police service. Do you share in this view?
The independence of any state institution is still connected to the broader vision of His Excellency the President trying to provide us a better Ghana, trying to lead us into a better Ghana. So in leading that into a better Ghana, that broad vision, if you find yourself in it and if you think that you can help him achieve that vision, that be it. But if you don't find yourself in it, you can define and say anything you want to say. But the fact is that the president has a country to run. He's been elected to run this country, and he's saying that this is what I want to do to be able to let us have the vision achieved as I promise you. So if people are saying that the independence of the police is compromised because of this, my good friend Dr. Benjamin Agojo said some time ago that even the police council that is supposed to be advising the president is politically heavy. Then maybe we need to be talking to the Constitutional Review Commission to begin to look at a better way of appointing and disappointing IGPs. Until then, what we have and what we practiced over the past 30 years or so remains the status quo.
Finally, before I let you go, would you support a legislative approach to clarify the tenure and removal processes of the IGP and other security heads?
Exactly as I was just indicating. If the Ghanaian people think that this way of doing things is not the best, let's try to find some security or tenure for the Inspector General of Police. We will go by legislative, new legislation, we will go by some repeals of laws, and we'll go by constitutional amendment to see what we can do to have a new line of thinking, a new legislation to appoint and disappoint. And probably by then, we'll be establishing some security of tenure for Inspector General of Police.
I really wanted your personal commitment, whether you will support the idea, or you support the idea?
Oh yes, I will support the idea that we should get to a point as our democracy grows that these heads of security agencies should have some level of security of tenure as they are appointed.
All right.
You heard him rightly. And he even said that Dampare George Akufu, let me add the Akufu Ado Dankwa, is the longest serving IGP ever since a new takeover, which means from the year 2001. He has been the only longest serving. Well, actually, NPP allies, they break record. why are they playing role of Putin? And then this is playing the role of Zelensky. They are breaking record. And yet, they are filing injection as the longest serving IGP since ever. And as you heard, the Wild West MP stated categorically, so from the year 2001, before I go, he has also congratulated the new IGP, Yohunu, COP Tetteh Yohunu, for his new appointment. And for me, I think he has done it well. And he said, as you watch, that since 2001, this example he made, when I watch, I was like, actually, you watch up. Since 2001, right from the 22nd of January, Peter Namfuri, who was then the IGP during that era, immediately a new president, which is the president Akufo, the former president Kufuor, took over power. In January now, he also changed the IGP to Owusu Opoku. So he was like, President John Dramani Mahama is the only president so far that since he has won power, January have passed, or January don't pass, February don't pass, March we don't dey inside, they go to an end. Only you not change the IGP yet. People are asking this question.
Ọsọfún Charles Ozu na IGP dabe na ombe sisano dada do mo sisano.
And now the ball is in the court ruling with the Almighty. People don't like when I say Almighty. With the Almighty Tetteh Yohunu, COP Tetteh Yohunu, who have had over 40 years policing experience, they said, to be the new IGP. And I'm almost saying, bang. What do you think? Do you think that court's injunction will work or not? But for me, I want to say that as far as President John Dramani Mahama is the president of this country, and Sami Jemfi, the striker, is in the game, and Malik Basintali and some allies with the what be the man himself, with this Haruna Idrisu, with this Sam George Jatta, with the but Sam, you are not hear from you. If you only open to see, they follow the president, they go Mali, there, Burkina Faso, then things. If they back, they shaking head there. Okay, he is the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Integration, so I think those are international connections to Canada. That's why he's following the president. I mean, it's good. Is it? So, as far as this point again, I'll not say this case will go push by Dampare, Charlie. My personal advice, Charlie, like the MP of Wa said, he said, you have served your term, you have done your part. Please go. But before that, he also made an example using the Chief Justice as an example. That let's assume the Chief Justice has a security man. And then a new president comes and says that I want to change the security of the Chief Justice. Will the Chief Justice agree? No. He will want to choose the one who he is okay and to work with. Because these are security matters, it's life and death matter. The people I trust. Then how you go take it to court. Charlie sometimes but if it must be, then probably maybe you need to go to Parliament with a law that must be legislated for that particularly on how long an IGP should serve. But if it's tied, which actually is to political agenda, please, end to mother. If power change every 4 years, IGP go change. If power change every 8 years, IGP go change. You should know that. Fair and done deal. Ohini Bakasa. And this is the update on the matter of the IGP. And don't forget, your comments, they are very important, and your likes. Give them to me, and let's build a beautiful community. So this is the update so far. But, well, I will also use this opportunity to congratulate the new COP, Tetteh Yohunu, of his appointment as the new IGP. We expect a better Ghana to see a new country, new development, new improvement, and a harmonious living for Ghanaians. That is all we want. Not politics, not an NPP and NDC. We are all the same people, and we can make a difference if we unite and we come together with understanding. I sign out.